Hey guys, alright, so this is the YITAMOTOR 52-inch LED light bar plus the 18-watt spotlights LEDs. This is going to be an install video. We're going to try to put this together based on the parts they sent us. There was no written instructions, so we're going to be winging this, and hopefully at the end we'll have a working light and a YouTube video install video for you guys to check out and help you when you go to install it yourself. So here we go. Alright, so we also picked up some extra wire, some weatherproof wire nuts, some zip ties, and some weather stripping. We had found that on some of the YouTube install videos, people were talking about having the light bar whistle, and they had used the weather stripping on the light bar to help remove the noise when they would drive. So we're gonna try some of these out. We don't know what's gonna work, what will. So we're gonna let you know, and I'll include all the items in the instructions on the bottom of the video description in case you need to pick up any of these parts. Okay, so we took the weather stripping and we applied it to these. We took the first one, we applied it right here, and we're gonna do another one all the way down, and then a third one, and hopefully that will reduce the noise when we're driving on the road. Alright, that covers the weather stripping for the back. We'll see how that turns out. So this part, they give you this gasket. You put it on the inside here to protect the metal from touching the paint. So we'll see. Just got to peel this sticker off the back and apply that right here.
So you just peel it off the backing. Hit it again to stop it.
Yep. Alright, so we're going to be installing this on a 2011 Jeep Wrangler Sahara. Right now we're just loosening the bolts that are going to hold the bracket in place. Just grab the Allen wrench that comes with your Jeep. You should be able to take these out no problem. If not, I'd recommend using some WD-40, something like that, to loosen up the bolts. Alright, so this is where we mount the brackets. We just put the bracket up on the front driver's side, and now we're just re-screwing the bolts back into place. Alright, so we got it in now. It's pretty tight. That thing's not going anywhere. One of the things we had were the holes didn't line up perfectly, so you just want to make sure you shove this over, and then the holes will line up as you can get the screw back in, get the bolt back in. But overall, this thing is nice and sturdy, which is good. So now we gotta go off to the other side. We'll do the same thing. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're only putting in a couple of the bolts, but we're doing them real loose because some of the videos we saw online, to run the wires, people ran it behind the bracket. So what we're gonna do is install the light, and then we'll run the wire down, put it behind here, and then we'll tighten these all back down. Alright, so they give you two different mounting options. One, you can do the bracket, and you just take these two long screws, put the washer right over it, and then you screw that right into the side of the light. And this also looks like a different setup. This looks like a setup that you'd put for your hood, or maybe a roof or something. They give you the rubber bottom. You would bolt that into maybe the hood of your car. These would then go in something like that, or vice versa, and then you would do the light horizontally like that. So we're gonna just do it right into the bracket itself. All right, so we got the light bar up. The trick is, of the two screws, use a smaller screw and add the washer, and then you do the same thing for the other side. We did not use the long screws and the nuts. These are definitely for hood mounts, or I would think maybe a roof mount if you got a Toyota Tacoma or something like that. But these are not made. They can only screw in so far into the light, so we know those are not made for the light. All right, now we're on to the wiring. First step, always unhook the negative terminal of your battery. This way you don't risk shorting anything out. What we're gonna do is we're gonna splice these wires together from the light bar. We're gonna run it down and then get it inside to the engine bay somehow. We're also gonna hook up the LED spotlights on each end, and we're gonna all splice all those wires together, and hopefully we'll get everything working. In the 18-volt LED lights, they give you this bolt. They give you 2 nuts and 2 different types of washers. So the first thing is you take this bolt, you slide through the bottom here, then you take the light and put that bolt through the bottom of this. Take the washer, put it here, take the other nut, screw that on like so. I'll grab this washer I dropped, and then we take this, slide this right into this assembly, put the washer on the bottom, and then tighten it down with the knot. There you go. All right, now we got both LED lights in place. I made sure to tighten it down. This is a number 13 from the socket set. That will tighten down the 2 nuts on the bottom for the LED set. So now we're at the part where we're taking the hood part off so we can run the wires underneath.
Hold up. All right, go ahead.
So just take this plastic piece off. This is a number 13 socket wrench. Take this little nut off. And then this will be a little hard because it's a little rusted on, but it should be able to come right off.
You can step up on a board if you have to.
Get that out of the way. Cut.
Spray. All right, let me stop.
All right, so we're gonna hook up. We're gonna splice together the positive and negative to the light bar. So you're gonna need some wire strippers. This is gauge American wire gauge 14, and as that's same thing with this. So you just want to on number 14. You want to strip it out like that. And strip it out like that. Then we're gonna twist these together for better connection. Might want to splice this a little bit better too. They don't really give you too much to work with.
The 2 colors, 2 red together.
Yeah, so you're gonna splice together 2 reds. We purchased weatherproof wire nuts. This is gonna be good if it's raining or if you're out mudding or whatever. So you just want to put these wire nuts on. Just tighten that. Then tug on it. Make sure you got a good connection. Same thing for the black. Slide it right on, twist it, and tug on it. All right, after some minor struggle, nothing too crazy, we ran the wire behind here, right? We kept these pretty loose This way we can put the wire behind it. Then we tightened it down. We loosened this whole piece up, so we're going to be able to get wires underneath here, and then all the way underneath and into the engine bay. We're going to run 14 gauge wire across, and then we're going to splice all the wires in this area, and then we'll hook it up. We also zip tied the top because the wire was a little loose, and we zip tied it here as well, and we just clip it off to make it look nice. So that's it. On to the next step. Okay, so we took these two wires. We also took the switch from the setup here, and we fished it across underneath here, and you can kind of see it. There it goes across, and then brought it to the other side where we spliced it together for the light, and then we hit it down under there. Now for the switch, once we got it to this side, we ran it underneath. Here it is, and then it goes down through the fire slot or whatever they call it, firewall, and that's where we ran it through. Now it's on the inside of the vehicle, so they didn't really give too much slack.
You got some more. You can pour more, pull more of that.
They didn't give too much slack, but here it is. We're probably gonna put it down here or something, maybe. Oh, yeah. We have a little bit more slack. Okay, so we can maybe put it up here, something like that. Maybe down here. Not really sure yet, because we don't want to put it on the door, because we do take the doors off. So this light is now hooked up. We do have some loom tube. That's this stuff. It's about a 6-foot piece. We're thinking about wrapping it around the red and the black wire going across. This way we can protect it against any weather or anything that might actually rub up against it over time. So that's the next step. All right, here we are at the final stage. All right, so we tightened this back down. We ran the wires underneath. All the LED 18-volt lights or spotlights are set up. The light bar set up. We got the wires ran under here. We zip tied them, make it nice. We got them all hooked up. So the thing is, they don't tell you, but you got to splice all the reds and all the blacks together. I bought the outdoor wire nuts. These are the variety pack from Home Depot, so you can get different sizes. This is one of the bigger wire nuts because we got a couple different size wires. So we have all those hooked up. Now we just gotta zip tie them all together, tuck them in somewhere in here, and then we're gonna the last and final step is hook up the negative and the positive. Where are we at here? And the positive to the battery, and we are all set. And that should do it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'm gonna do one final clip where we got the lights on, and we'll see how it looks. All right, there it is. We got the power hooked up, the negative hooked up. We zip tied them and rolled them up and tucked them down in here. That should be good enough. There was a lot of extra slack. We zip tied this to the side, so that's nice and almost tight there, but I should do that. As far as the relay goes, this is the only question we have. Not really sure if that needs to be grounded. Most of the switches I've worked with in the past are needed to be grounded, but this right here, I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to do some more research on this, and I'll probably leave in the description. But let's fire it up and see what happens. You got the switch on?
Yeah.
Hit it again. There it is. It's all fired up. LEDs. Bam.
You want to go pull it to the front of the house and turn it on?
Here, let it go. Turn on. Look at that difference. Wow, that's incredible. Do it one more time.
Turn that on.
Wow. That looks great. So there you have it. That's the best we could do. considering we didn't know that much putting it together. So if you just have the right tools, probably would recommend having 2 people help you out, or 2 people total, and just take your time and be safe and enjoy once you get all hooked up, man.